Welcome back to my continuing adventures on Snowrunner on PlayStation, episode 71, with me, MrSealyp. We're back, we're on Snowrunner. I'm going to be heading out to Grainwoods River in this episode. We are currently on Black Badger Lake. I think we've pretty much opened up everything. I haven't started any of the contracts, any of the bridge building, nothing like that at all. These episodes back to back are going to be about opening up various different things. So we are currently, where are we? We're up here at the garage is where we are. We're up here at the garage. We're going to head out, I think probably this way. And we're going to go to the gateway to Grainwoods River and unlock some of that. But before we do that, I'll skip through the night as well. We have got this, which I kind of looked at a little bit in the previous episode. This is the Azov 64131 JBE by Jboosted. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I'm just having a go with it today. We'll go out and we'll do a bit of exploring. The other thing I was going to talk about was I've also got installed the off-road trailers. I mentioned them but didn't really go into any detail. This is by Fox CRF 450 Rider. What we'll do is have a quick look in the trailer store. Now, anything that says off-road is part of this off-road pack. But the other thing I was going to point out as well, if I swing around so we can see the trailers a little bit more. The off-road ones, there's a huge selection, construction and off-road semi. Where are we? Off-road scout fuel, off-road 8-slot gooseneck, off-road semi-trailer coiled tubing. There's a whole load that we can go through. But we have got the log trailers and stuff back again because part of this is about the logging and collecting logs. So log trailers are now available as well. And generator was what I talked about in the previous episode to go off and get them. And I did say I didn't know if you'd get them in the store or whether they were just dotted around the map. But you can, at the trailer parks, grab a generator if part of what we do in factories requires a generator to be parked in place and needs to be doing its thing. So you can get industrial grade generator trailer that can be used to craft new cargo in designated areas. Consumes fuel to craft every piece of cargo. So there we go. So we're back into crafting and things as well. So I just thought, I'd just show you that I've got a whole load of trailers and things all available. Log carrier rear, so we can go with combinations of using combinations of mods and what we've got in game now anyway. Let's start it up. If I put those lights on, it's pretty. I think it's brilliant. All-wheel drive is on all the time. Diff lock is on all the time. Fuel efficiency is pretty good. I think it's all-wheel steer. I'm pretty sure it's all-wheel steer. Let's just have a quick. Yeah. So I'm going to head out the way I went on episode 69, which was the first episode out here on Black Badger Lake. You've seen this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead to when we're at the point to go out to Grainwoods River, and let's get some of that unlocked. Let's see this thing in action. I am currently here at the gateway to Grainwoods River. Actually, the drive through, I went straight down off of this section onto the railway line, followed it along. There was a little detour up around here because the train cars are in the way, but it was actually not a bad old run through. So much this map to investigate and explore. Cannot wait. Will I do all that on camera? Probably not. There's a lot to do. Bridges and things like that, I'll probably just run out, grab some machinery. I might do the odd little bit here and there. Again, it just comes down to time. Every now and again I have a bit of spare time, as I was doing with Lake Cove and a couple of the others, and I just jump on. I might only play for 20 minutes, half an hour, whiz out, sort of bridge out, whiz out, do. It's not always enough time spare to record, then come off, then edit, then post and get it all up. Sometimes it's just jump on and play for a bit, which is the beauty of the game as well, I think. Right. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? 3, 4. Oh, okay. 5, 4. Okay. A few more than before. Mind you, we've got a slightly more capable vehicle. Well, what we can do is just see how we go, can't we? Follow a route that looks okay, and I'm going to swing round to the left first, see if we can take in that first watchtower. It's not going to be that straightforward. Obviously, there's going to be, as there always are when you're unlocking a new map, when you're running towards a point and you think, oh, okay, this is quite straightforward, then there'll be a, there'll be a bridge out, or there'll be something stopping you. It's going to be up there to the left somewhere, isn't it? There are a couple of options on these studded tyres. You can have the narrower set. I went for the wider set just for sort of better traction and stuff like that. That can be a blessing and a curse. It can work in some situations. In others, when you've got narrow gauges or tight bits to get through, it can be a bit of a problem. So switching out the tyres for different sorts. If you want more of a challenge, there are loads of different tyre options. You don't have to go for a kind of all-purpose does everything tyre. The same as with all the tyre choices in game. Oh, okay. Was fairly straightforward. Wouldn't it be interesting moving forward if you had situations where the bridges like that were a bit rickety would collapse, or bits would break, like if you went over it in something too heavy, so you had to then think about vehicle choice as well for doing certain bits. That would be quite something, wouldn't it? Right, first watchtower. I don't know why I always launch the observation, it's just a habit, I guess. So our first glimpse at Grainwoods River. Oh, we've got an upgrade already there. We can head for this one, probably. Where are we? If we could go back along, maybe head down, then cut across. Yeah, let's go for that one. Let's tag it. Go for that one, and we'll kind of do a route round. Again, different style of map. I mean, it's following a theme, but I love this thing. I just have I mentioned that? I'll be honest. There are a lot of mods at the moment. I think at the time of recording this, there are 103. It kind of varies. It bounces. We've gone down to 90 something. At one point, it was 72, 73. Then it went up to 107, and some drop in, drop out. If you go onto the Snowrunner Twitter, they do updates on the mod pages and various different things on there. I haven't really been keeping up with it on there, in all honesty, but I suppose I should have been really. And there are a few, like I said in the previous couple of episodes of this, that I'm kind of drawn towards at the moment. Jboosted being one, Max Mike 181 being another, Fox CR 450 F450 Rider. The test map I use is by Devil Driving Hell. And there was one I downloaded the other day actually, the DCB US R900 Big Bob. That's by Deathcore Boy 1. I really like that as well. That's a far more basic, it's not a kind of go anywhere type vehicle, but it's really nice. I kind of like the look of it. Oh, there was another one. What's the other one I downloaded? Might have it installed. Although that might have dropped off the mod hub. It could explain why it wasn't there. I've been trying to compile a list that I can have up on my screen next to me, so that when I'm talking about the mods I don't have to go through scraps of paper and stuff like that. I can't remember what that was called now. This thing has got great flex. The suspension doesn't raise or lower from here, but there's plenty of suspension travel. And as you can see, the chassis twists enough that you don't get that kind of lifting, or you don't get that feeling it's going to tip over, especially with the wider tyres as well. It does have a much more stable feel to it. But as I said earlier, that does come at a cost. If you've got narrow areas to get through, sometimes it can be a bit tight. Okay, down here. Not as muddy or as wet so far, but like I said, we've only just opened up the first very first part of here. Now these, as I've said, if you've been following along since I started playing on this, these are my continuing adventures. These are not, it's not a walkthrough, it's not a guide video. These aren't a video of how to do things or necessarily how to find things. If I'm looking for things and it helps you out, every now and again I might do. I think a couple of episodes early on I did like hunting for upgrades type video. This is just gameplay. It's just me playing through, doing what I do. Am I doing it in the same order you might? Am I doing it in a logical order? Not necessarily. I'm just enjoying playing the game and kind of recording what I do as I do it. And that's interesting. We've got a lot of forest here and it seems quite thick. And I've missed the turning. Right. Glad I checked the map. With this one as well, I haven't had to use the low box as often. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 8-wheel drive. It's pretty capable. It's only in very, very difficult situations. So yeah, compared to the past 2 episodes using the Land Rover, or the last Raider, sorry. This again, you feel a lot more confident to just tackle anything. Well, this is interesting. The first 2 have been very easy to get, which is either good in that moving forward we should be able to find others very easily, or it's a bad sign that the first 2 are very easy, the other ones are going to be horrific. We'll see. But that's 2 done. Very nicely, very quickly. Not a problem at all. So, a lot more foresty this one. Yeah, wow, okay. So, next one's there. We can go... Let's have a look. Can we cut across? Not particularly well. Go back out the way we came. Follow the railway line and then... Yeah, that track maybe. One of these. Right, let's mark that. And let's see how we get on. Ah, garage. Should we head for that? I don't know if that's going to be one we're going to need to do anything to get it up and running, but if we can open it up... Oh, you know what? Let's delete the last waypoint. Let's head for the garage first, I think. Last few maps we've had have been, you know, when you get them in pairs, or the original ones where you've got one that spreads off onto 3 others. Normally one has a garage, the second one doesn't, or you know, one doesn't, the other 3 don't, or you know. So having a garage on both will make life a little bit easier. Assuming, of course, yeah, like I said, there's nothing that needs to be done to get to it. Now, depending on when you're watching this, this is the day after Season 3 Locate and Deliver released. So if you're thinking of commenting, or you want to comment or say, you know, you need to do this, or there's that available, or you should be doing this and the other, it depends when you're watching this. This is just literally day after, going out, opening up the map, seeing what's available. Like I said, this is not a... I'm not working through the missions, the contracts yet. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not doing bridge building. I am simply opening it up to see what we've got. I do like this whole railway thing now though, and on the previous map one of the jobs there being to transport a locomotive. I just think that's going to be incredible. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not, but I wonder actually if this might be the vehicle to use to go and check out the what was it, the Paystar, whichever one it was that was stuck in the water over on Black Badger Lake, maybe. Not as arduous terrain as I thought. I mean, that could be something a lot more down to the vehicle, maybe. Garage discovered. Nice. Let's just move to the garage a second. Let me just retain... Actually, no, I don't need to retain that. If I go to truck... is it truck storage or truck store? Which one was it? Weirdly, the mod's not showing up in the mod hub now, but I think I still had it. See, that's weird. The Frogs Titanius Maximus 6x6 has dropped off. There's one that says 4x4 and 6x6, which every time I try and download it doesn't want to know, but that one's still sitting there. I've got the Frogs Custom Crawler that I downloaded, but there was a second one that popped up. And I seem to have both. Again, one of them, yeah, that one. So I've got Frogs Custom Crawler for 10,799. Or I've got the Frogs Custom Crawler CDT AXI, and again, only one of them shown in the mod hub at the moment. What was it? That's the DCB US R900 Big Bob. I think it's a brilliant bit of kit. I like that. The Last Ranger is the Land Rover. Oh, it's not available on here, is it? That could be another reason why. Oh, is it gone completely? Oh, that's it. The Watcher. The Watcher by Zidon. So I've got the Last Raider. That's more of a kind of trial-y type thing. If we look at a preview. Yeah, it's a cool bit of kit. There's loads of different colour options and choice options. But that seems to have dropped off the mod hub as well. But I've still got it in here at the moment. So we might... I suppose we can have a bit of a bang around in that later on, maybe. Oh, no, it's not available, is it, on in the US? But that's quite cool. Tyre choices were fairly limited, I think, on it, though. Oh, maybe not. No, it does have up to 50s, depending on what you've got on it. Yeah, I mean, that's just... Anyway, so yeah, I've got that as well, but for some reason that's not showing up in the mod hub at the moment. Anyway, leave garage. So garage is unlocked. That's good to know. Handbrake off. Engine on. We need to stick in another way marker again then, don't we? We're going to go from here out to here. Let's do this. I know I mentioned it on the last episode or the one before. I really didn't get into Season 2 as much as I hoped I would. I think I used the... oh, what's that one? It just kept rolling over all the time. It's driving me mad. Can I get the back of there? Possibly not. Let's have a quick look. I'll cut across. Unless there's an exit. Oh. See if we can avoid the tree stumps. Yeah, I just didn't get into it as much as I hoped I would. And I know I've mentioned a few times I've been mad busy. You know, with my primary channel is Farming Simulator. I do Farming Simulator videos, Let's Plays, mod reviews, map tours, and that's been... Whoa. Oh, tower. That's been absolutely bonkers of late with the amount of content. And this, unfortunately, was what suffered. And I know if you're one of the people that subscribe to my channel off the back of watching my Snowrunner videos, I can only apologise. It was not my intention, but obviously my primary channel is my primary sort of channel. My primary content is my primary content. That has to be my priority. But I think coupled with the fact that I just didn't get into Season 2 as much as I thought I would, I dropped back onto Lake Cove because I wanted to finish off a few of the contracts on there. I wanted to get the company jobs done, like I mentioned, with the armoured car deliveries and collecting the airplane wreck parts and things like that. So then when this came out yesterday, coming onto this and going around Black Badger Lake, it kind of reinvigorated my enjoyment and my love for it. It just... No. Yeah, I'm going the right way. I don't know. I know it's not, as my wife always says, she'll walk through and go, oh, there's not much snow for a Snowrunner game. So, I know, but I don't know, it just kind of reignited something, I guess. Yeah, the terrain is vastly different to the other map. Not as difficult, I don't think. I don't know whether it's just skirting over the mud or the boggy areas much easier than a standard vehicle would. sure I line this up. Don't want to end up in the ditch. Let's go. If I get this one, I'm already one ahead of episode 69. I only managed to get 2 watchtowers done in that episode. If we manage to get 3 done, 4 would be wonderful. I think we also get to a point where we take a lot of these things for granted. Where, can I get the back of there? Should I have carried on that way? Yeah, probably should have carried on along there. Maybe up this draw. I don't know if I can get through there. Oh, maybe. Oh, we'll give it a go. Yeah, I mean, you know, you go around all these bits and there's so much going on. I have to talk, unfortunately, over when you get to any of the points where there's music playing. It's a minor frustration, but when there's music playing, I found on one of the maps, I can't remember which one it was now, and I drove into an area, one of the garages I think it was. I got pinged on the copyright thing because I didn't have copyright for the music that was playing, which is annoying, but I don't suppose you can do a lot better. There's the watchtower. Can I get to it from here though? Yeah, we should be alright. There we go. Let's yeah, still haven't actually used low range yet. It's a good thing. Fuel tanks on some of the modded vehicles are pretty much like the in-game standard ones. Some of them are expanded. Admittedly, we just went back to the garage, so it did refill again. But yeah, fuel capacities are pretty good on some of the mods. 3 down. Let's have a look. Oh, upgrade. Boom, we'll get that. The other thing is, oh, another one there as well. Or maybe we can get them on the way out. I'm just trying to think. Maybe it's going to be further over. We'll head for that one next. So I'll mark that. Vehicles again. We found one, didn't we, on the previous map we came across. There were supposed to be 3 new vehicles. That's a good point, actually. One of them was the Pacific. That's Pacific, not specific. What was it called? Mind has gone completely blank. Sorry, bear with me just a second. Yeah, so one of them is the Pacific P512PF, which is on the other map, which we couldn't get to. Then there's the Boar, isn't it? The Boar 45318. What was the third one? Oh yeah, the International Pacer 5600 TS. Oh, was that the one that was on the other map? Yeah, so that's the 3. I think we only came across, I'm pretty sure it was the Pacific, wasn't it, that we saw. Whether we'll find them or not, I don't know. Sorry, I've just got a bit sidetracked. So from here, we're down and around and grab that upgrade. I suppose I should have marked the upgrades first, shouldn't I? Down to that ditch. Don't see any reason why not. Whoa. What's that hitting and not liking? That's weird. Let's hit something. Tree root? Tree stump? Tell me it wasn't that grass. I just got hung up on that grass. Okay. Maybe I did. There it is. I wonder how deep this water is though. It's a trap. Don't fall for it. Oh, it's just going to be pathetic now, isn't it? Okay. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Get upgrade. Not for current truck. Engageable. International Paystar 5600 TS. Okay. Is that one done? Let's back out. We should be able to get back out of this ditch. Hopefully. Hopefully without toppling over. That is the one thing. It is very stable, but because it doesn't have an autonomous winch, which I don't think it does, I can't remember now. We have to be a little bit careful. Right, where's the next one we're going for? I want to head along that track and it's off to the right. Where does that end up going? Who knows, but it's going to be an adventure. Let's take that one off and put that one on. That's interesting. I wonder how the tyre tracks went either side of that tree. What could have possibly straddled that tree? Unless the tree's grown up since the tyre tracks were made. That's weird. Unless it was two motorbikes going side by side, just tricking people into thinking. Anyway. You do have to be cautious because there is that situation that, especially in a vehicle like this, you do get a little bit, you can get a little bit overconfident. And we're going to get on that. Let's see, shall we? Come on! Yes. Oh, I love it. Okay, upgrade. Fine tune. The gearbox is freely configurable. Low gear, rear. A low gear, R gear transfer ratio. Somewhat less durable. Didn't we find that the other day? In the previous map? Or is it just a different selection of vehicles? I haven't even tried that out yet actually from the other day. Again, like I say, this has just been all about getting out there and opening up the maps. A few of the things that I've unlocked and we found I haven't even looked at. Right, mark that. Let's see how we get on from here, shall we? Does look like we're losing a bit of light though. Can we pick a way through? That's the question. Is there even a route through? Or will we have to go back towards the garage and find a way? No, there seems to be. If it gets too dark, I might skip through the night. I generally do that. Anyway. Yeah, I guess these sort of areas, and in particular vehicles, would get seriously bogged down. But I guess being 8-wheel drive and with these crazy tyres on, it does make it look a lot easier than it probably is. I suppose that's also part of the argument for or against modded vehicles. As I mentioned in part 69, I think it was, people will still come on and they'll complete these maps or open them up using base game vehicles. They won't want to use modded vehicles because some people, again, everyone's entitled to their opinion, feel that using modded vehicles takes away the challenge, takes away that element of difficulty. For some people, again, if you haven't got a lot of time, you want to come on the game and play, but you want to feel like you've achieved something, having a map that's too difficult or it's going to take a long time to actually get round, using a mod can enable you to do that. You feel that in the time you've had available to actually play the game, you have achieved more than you would have done otherwise. That looks fairly okay with rocks there. We should be alright. How we come out the other side though? Is there a route through? If I can see rocks, then we'll be alright. Yeah, that looks okay there, doesn't it? That looks okay to... Well, you can sort of see the bottom. Yep, all good. Let's go. Just check that a second. I think we'll go left and follow the track. May end up being a mistake, but doesn't matter. Could be a dead end if it takes us to a building or something, or maybe not. It's just taking us up here and just yeah. Not quite a tattering, but it's not far off. I do like the base game version of this. It's a nice vehicle, but this just adds a whole other element. We could, fingers crossed, before the end of this episode, get all the watchtowers. That'd be, I think, is that going to be a first? Especially if we're doing 5. Yeah, it's just up there. Wow, okay. Getting a feel for the terrain as well, and it does feel different to Black Badger Lake. I'm sorry, trying to look and see a route up. Just make one, I guess. Okay, watchtower number 4. Come in, please. So, we are here. Strangest things now. Ah, that requires a bridge building. Ooh. That's railway. It's got quite a way to go to get to this one. I'm trying to think, how are we going to do this? That bridge is out. We've got to go all the way back to here, haven't we? Back towards the garage, I guess. Just trying to look and see if there's anywhere I can cross. Maybe there. I wonder though, can I find a route through? Yeah, let's follow that down. See if we can get down to there, go across there and see where that takes us. Quite a few more bridges on this one, I think, and on Black Badger Lake. So. I was convinced this would have to be split over 2 episodes, so awesome. Or is this taking me down to the bridge? Hang on, I might have gone the wrong way. Yeah. I need to go further along. Now I know some people when they'll set up a route, they will just place like 15 markers and just literally go marker to marker, and everywhere there's a change in direction or a turn, they'll place a marker. I personally, I prefer just jumping in and out of the map, but I like having a look and seeing what's there. And I know I've said it before, it frustrates people. They get angry and annoyed because I'm always bouncing in and out of it. But each their own. And if you're the sort of person that places loads of markers, or you're the sort of person that looks at the map once and just remembers the route, I'm pretty good for routes, but every now and again it does know how to check, because you often then find yourself in a situation where you go so far down the route you thought you were on and find you're so far away, all it would have taken was a quick check and you would have been alright. Oh. Is that one of the new ones? No. Cool though. That'll be a recovery task of some description. The scenery and terrain is amazing on these maps. Just incredible. I must admit, as far as modded maps go, I haven't really played many. I still feel vehicles was something that, yeah, everyone wanted new vehicles, and you know, especially stuff that had all sorts of really cool whiz-bangy attachments and configurations. But I still got so much gameplay left to do in the maps. I guess if I get to a point where I have done all the jobs, all the contracts, and I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Then that's when you start looking at modded maps then as an option for something else to play. Or if you want to go on and do specifically rock crawling or something in particular, you might do. I'm absolutely amazed by this. Are we going to get to the 5th one no problem at all? Well, I'd say no problem at all. So it looks like it. Whoa! Did we get momentarily hung up? I'm still baffled that we got stuck on that grass earlier. Of all the terrain we've been over, logs, I get it, trees, fine, but a tuft of grass. It was obviously very hardy stuff. Whoa, okay. We are climbing. I don't even know if I'm going the right way now. I'm just kind of just enjoying following these tracks along. I wonder where we'll end up. Ooh. While we're here, I wonder if it will put it back where it was before though. At least it's done. It's kind of already lifted, ready. Which I think we're heading straight down to, aren't we? Well, I'll be blowed. I can't believe it. 5 checkpoints done. We have almost circumnavigated the map entirely. Yes, there's absolutely tons more to look at, tons more to find, tons more to enjoy, and that's the beauty of all this. I'm going to go back over onto Black Badger Lake because I want to see if I can get that lorry out with this, assuming it's not part of a contract. Oh, what's the point? We haven't come across any of the other lorries, have we? That's it. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll have a little bit more of an intensive look at the map. So we've got a gateway to Black Badger right there, which is the other one. Which I suppose we can go back through that. Oh, there is an upgrade there though. We could. Oh, bridge has got to be built. That's quite high up. I'm just thinking, well, I suppose you could get to it up this end here maybe, but we'll do a bridge build. So that's north. I can't see any vehicles. That's peculiar. I mean, admittedly, we haven't been across everything. We kind of did a route all the way around the outside, in all honesty, but did I just miss them in the garage? Are they just available to buy? Unless they're hidden deep in the forest. Okay, well, regardless, let's head through from where we are here. So we'll just follow that down, bung a right, and let's head back through. Yeah, because if I've got time, what time is it now? I might be able to fit it in. I'm going the wrong way now, you watch. Yep. Not rain. No. Oh yeah, it's just there, look. So this should bring us out by the quarry. Is that right? I think this will bring us out by the quarry on Black Badger. Fuel still looking alright. Smacked in the face with the telegraph pole. Oh, I'm impressed with that. Oh, the two of those maps then. Personally, could be the vehicle I use because I used the Land Rover type mod. The two of the new ones, I prefer Black Badger Lake, I think, at the moment. There seems to be a lot more kind of rock crawling, off-road track driving type thing. No, don't get me wrong, I haven't explored all of Grainwoods River yet. I just, for me, as it stands at the moment, yeah, I just feel that maybe that's the one. Just thinking time-wise, we'll have enough time to get down there and try and get across to the Pacific. I think it was right, if I recall correctly. We'll head this way. Obviously, the more you play on a map, you know, you get to that point where, like some of the early maps we started off with the game with when it first came out, Smithfield Dam and those kind of things become second nature. So when you get a job or a contract or you're doing something, you kind of know the route. You don't have to keep checking the map because you get so used to the map itself. What has also happened, I meant to mention that actually in episodes 69, 70 or maybe even this one, was the fact that some of the maps now have got other contracts added on. I think, is it Mandra, was I on that? Or was it Lake Code? Whichever one it was, has got three more company contracts added in. So I think going back and checking on some of the other maps to see what's been included. Oh yeah, it's just down there. Look, we might be able to get to it before we run out of time. Should I go that way? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? This actually, this might have been a silly thing to do. I'm getting overly confident here. Let's jump into that and that. Go into a creeper gear. Oh, we've stopped. Bit of power needed. So to go with that. Ah, so this is the confluence of two of the rivers. Well, let's see how deep this is then. Whether we can get to the lorry from this way. If we can't, then it's going to be a bit of a rethink as to... I mean, this sits fairly high. If anything can, being 8-wheel drive and the good tyres, this is going to be it, isn't it? Surely. We're in low range. All-wheel drive, diff lock on all the time. It could be when I came down the Land Rover I just misjudged it and it's not anywhere near as deep as I thought it was going to be, but I've just got a funny feeling it's going to get horrible there. Do I cut around the outside maybe? An island hop. Ooh. Okay, it's not too bad. Whoa! Okay, that is. New truck discovered. Can I switch to it? I can. Oh, that's pretty damaged though. Nope, gearbox is gone. Keeps popping into neutral. But we have got it. Okay, change truck. Let's get this out, shall we? Now, can I just go straight out across there maybe, or is that going to be deep over there? Whoa, this is boggy. Low range. Actually, you know what, let's leave it that for a minute. Right, okay. Well, we've got it. We know you can get to it. There are some deep patches. Let's hook the old winch up. Well, I could do a bit of repair on it. Actually, saying repair, what I should do as well, let's repair this. Target Pacific, let's repair some of that. At least it might be a little bit better for trying to drive out as well. Let's go this way. No range. Boom. Now we're putting this under some pressure. Oh, actually, I thought that would be a bit better, but that could be horrendous. And am I going to get stuck on those gates? Fences. Are they going to be fences you can knock down, or fences that are an absolute nightmare barrier? We're still moving, so I don't mind. Let's drop it down one. Just want to get this onto dry land, if nothing else. Let's get this onto dry land. Why have I got a horrible feeling it's going to be really deep there? Oh no. Okay, we are on dry land, and with that I think that's where I'm going to stop. We have unlocked Grainwoods River, all the watchtowers. We've got a few of the upgrades, not quite all of them. We have also managed to grab this. Pacific P512 PF. See what we've got available to maybe kit that out a little bit, but we do have it. So, with that, I bid you farewell. On the next episode, I'm just trying to think, what am I going to do on the next episode? Because I was going to maybe come out and grab this, but I've done this. Might be doing a few bridges on Black Badger Lake, possibly the upgrade. I'm just trying to think. I'll have a think. But for now, hope you enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Hang on. Thanks for watching.